What's good? What's good? And what's hood? What's good and what's hood? Yes.
A nigga was quiet, shorty was fire, shorty was cool, baby attire, inappropriately minor, and all kinds of designers.
So
when I seen her and I saw her,
part one, I already posted that.
She dug with the finest, grub down in China,
now
drives a Pathfinder. I see her in Tyson, I need her as wifey, but her life ain't like me. I'm the nigga that likes streets, control funds, and pull heat, no defeat. I need
my song coming soon, my imagination, baby.
Another course for another choice. I need a trusting voice. She ain't looking at me. She ain't taking candy. She ain't nothing sweet. Yeah, she's so demanding. I just want to my family.
Had a struggle.
Sanity. Loving under the canopy.
Hard time.
Moving like the man to be. We talking like we plan
to be. As I was making music. As I was learning God. As I was learning to be a son, a brother, a friend. As I was learning how to become an actor, a director, a videographer. As I was learning
I'm losing to my
how to walk, how to manage my anxiety,
and watch it pop like a Glock. Feed a candy saliva like it's prison and survival. I've been risen and the brighter. Then I showed I read the Bible. I'm your husband, I'm that title. I'm your body in the shower.
That's what I was doing.
Wet. I'm the spark from the tech. I'm your heart to your death. I got your bees on my chest. As a seed when I rest, as I breathe on her breast. My imagination filled, but she don't see how I'm sweating.
Welcome to my life.
It was just my imagination.
I once was going through. Now I'm learning, and I had to learn how to go through. Because God Almighty, my Lord Jesus Christ, our Father, has showed me. Gotta go through to help those. So I'm here.
I'm on top of the block.
Yeah, man. So like I said again, man, part one. So I left off where I had moved to West Philly. So I moved to West Philly. Like I said again, I came from North Philly, but we was living in our folks' house in Northeast, so we came to West Philly. So now I moved to West Philly. I see some of the homies I'm starting to get cool with throughout time. Time goes by, I get comfortable. I get comfortable being with around in the neighborhood now. Remember, when I moved out there, I was nervous, I was scared, being in a whole new atmosphere, whole new type of males and females, different type of people. I never seen none of these people before in my whole entire life, right? So, we there, I'm living out there, and I'm doing what I'm doing as a child. So I'm like 10 years old. I moved out there in July, man, or June. 10 years old now. So now, like I said again, it's a lot of shootouts. Every day or every night is like a block party. You know what I mean? It's like a block party. Every day they out there playing jump rope, playing Killer Man, playing basketball with the crate, on an electrical pole. Like I said again, I ain't know nothing about no crack cocaine, no alcohol, no drugs. Only time I know about alcohol was that one time I took that sip in North Philly. So my cousin came, one of my big cousins, he came to come live with us. Rest in peace, Edwards. So he would always, so like again, my big cousin came, one of my big cousins came, and he had a car. So he was an OG, man, a real OG, man, keep his, he was just on his thing. That was just him. He used to sleep in the living room. So what I did was I gave my room up so he could sleep in my room. My mom, my dad at the time was together. I think it was like now it was four of us, my brothers and sisters. It was baby. She was one. You know what I mean? And, my siblings. So it's four of us. I'm the oldest son, as usual. So remember, I'm 10. So I get to know everybody. Time passes and all that. My cousin, because, he would take us, he would ride us around. We would go to the park out there near Drexel, whatever. Not Drexel, but University. And we'll go fishing, crayfishing. Fishing for crayfish. and we go to the Schuylkill River. I enjoyed those sunny nights, those warm mornings. You feel me? I enjoy coming outside playing ball with the homies, playing catch a girl, get a girl with the homies, and and the chick, and our sisters. Not my blood sisters, but I call my homegirls my sisters because we grew up together like that. Let me see. I remember we used to walk Kelly's pool. Me and the whole team and all that. Sometimes some of us, but we used to walk to the pool. I remember I'm at the pool and I know how to swim. I wasn't really a pool boy. I mean, I'm a water boy, but not a pool boy, right? So one day we all at the pool, and I remember I'm 10 and a half, probably going on 11, because I've been there for a minute now. It's probably like 11, going on 11. And my boy pushed me, boom, right into the pool. Whoop. And I'm like, struggling to get up out of the water. I was pushing, we call it doggy paddling. I was just panicking, and I made it to the edge of the pool, which was like 9 feet. He pushed me 9 feet. Let me get you back, bro. All right. So that happened, right? That was crazy. So like, all right. So time went by. Always hanging out with the homies. In our house, my dad used to always have a camera. So his thing with the camera was this. He used to like to make people disappear. So he would do this something with the camera trick and make people disappear. So he'd be like this, hold up. That's not the trick. He said this, he was like this. We all stand in the middle of the camp. We stand wherever we stand in the house. And then he'd be like this. All right, now, count to 3. I'll make y'all disappear. And then 1, 2, 3, snap finger. Boom, and we go. Then he's like, all right, and then he'll have the picture. He'll have a video camcorder recording, and we would run out of the camcorder lens. And then he'll like, all right, he'll push play, boom, and record it. And then there'll be nobody there. But we be on the side watching how he do everything, right? Me and the homies, right? And me and the family. So while we watching that, he be like, all right, go back in the camera, and we're gonna do it. And then we're gonna say 1, 2, 3, and stuff. All right. So we'll go back in the camera and be like 1, 2, 3, boom, hi, up here. And then we be like, aha, we here. And you know, we acting like, you know what I mean, like. And then my dad be like, hey, where you go? He be behind the camera, hey, damn, where y'all go? Like, what happened? Like, y'all was here at one time and then y'all gone. Like that, how y'all do that? And we be acting like, man, you know, I don't know, man. We want the Dunkin' Donuts because we need some Dunkin' Donuts. We had a sweet tooth. And we be playing around some stuff like that. Me and my dogs, man, we used to take a lot of walks and stuff like that around the city. Have fun and just talk and chill. We used to always also. In Philly, in West Philly, we used to get mattresses. It used to be like mattresses, dirty mattresses, with springs in them. But we try to make sure the mattresses didn't have no springs in them. We used to do flips. We used to flip on the mats, man. We used to have a ball, dog. We squat up, flipping, handspring, semi, handspring. Run round dog, handspring, semi, handspring, round dog, 4, ba-boom. I was shocked, bro. You feel me? Sometimes we have it on the screen. We have it on the mattress. Sometimes we have it in the middle of the street on the concrete. Yeah, it was lit. So time went by. You feel me? Where let's see. One of my cousins moved in. So one of my cousins came. You know, moved in because you know my family go through situations. They be homeless like we be homeless. Whole families be homeless. Sometimes we gotta move to our family houses or our friend houses and be there in their house and sleep on the floors, sleep in the beds as all cousins or friends. You know what I mean? We just in the house we all eat together. Baked beans, fish and baked beans, hot dogs and baked beans, macaroni and cheese. On a good day, probably like lasagna, some cheeseburgers and French fries. And we made nothing but Kool-Aid, man. 1 pack of Kool-Aid, bro, and sugar. I mean, that's it. That's how we did it in my hood. in our house. That was the jam. And sometimes we had like the little Kool-Aid Jones, plastic, and you twist it. I mean, it's a lot of them joints. Let me see. I was probably 11 years old, 11 and a half. Yeah, well, so one of our cousins moved with us, the female. And we was always like best friends. It was always love. You know what I mean? So, they be keep going in and out. Had one of our old friends come from Barton Village. And we always kept in contact with like our friends from all hoods, from our old hoods. We always made sure that. I mean, that's why they family to the day. Almost 30 something. Years. Family to this day. So we did. So that was like that, and like I would have company with my friends, but my dad, he did not like company like that. Like, but he did. Like, it would just depends on who. I remember when I first moved around there, man. I seen all the homies sleeping on mattresses. Cause my dad used to take us through the back, do karate, like right. That was his thing, right? He teach us. And I would see the homies over there flipping. They were like, "Yo, come on!" I'm like, I'm trying. Yeah, Pops, can I go? I'm looking right at him. No, I don't want you. No. So I'm like, all right, man, that shit would hurt. But it was times when like I would go to the store or I'll go outside, sit on the steps for a little bit and chill. They know my dad, my mom, they know I'm outside, or my mom sent me to the store. Then I'll be like, run around the corner real fast. Go flipping the mats for the homies. Do. Oh, you good. They be like that, like, you know what I mean? And I used to do that for a minute. And my dad caught me one day, like, yo, boy, what you doing over here? Boy, what you doing over here? And take me back to the house and beat my butt. Bing, bing, bing. Like, oh man. Now more punishment. So that was some good times. You feel me? That was some really good times. My dad used to always take all the family, all the cousins, all the homies. We used to always go on walks. Let me see. Yeah, so it's like time started going by a little bit. Family comes, family goes. Family, they moved in with us, then they moved back to wherever they at because they moms or pops or whoever, they probably got a crib. You know what I mean? So it was like that. Like, family would come live with us, and they would go, they would come back, they would go. So my dad's still there, my mom, see, my mom and my dad, they never really screamed out loud, they never fought in front of us, they never hit each other, they never had arguments in front of us, they never cheated. I never seen any type of war unless it was folks outside that we had war with. And we was always cool with our blocks. Don't get that twisted. We never had no situation where we was in the house scared to come out. That just wasn't our family. So that's just what that was. Shit. I remember when I was outside in the backyard. I was like I said again, I was going on 12. You know what I mean? I was skinny. I was young. Always stayed handsome. No real rap. So I'm in the backyard by myself. Cause I'm an isolator. I'm a loner. You feel me? And I'm adventurous. I like to go out and I like to see the world. I mean, I grew up like that. My dad will take walks with me and my sisters and some of our friends, dog. And we would walk from North Philly to West Philly, Southwest to Germantown. Like, we would just walk and just see life and just talk and laugh and have fun. And sometimes eat ice cream. Remember ice cream was like 50 cents? Get a hug or something like that. Go to family houses, right? And one day, so I'm in the backyard. And I'm out there by myself and it's hot. And one of the neighbors next door was on the second floor. We was on the first floor. They was like, yo, what's up? They're like, yo, you rap? I said, yeah. Remember, it's like 1996. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, bust a flow. For some reason, though, I had this whole verse in my head from like months. I don't know. I can't even tell you the rhyme, but I said, all right. So I stood up and I spit the rap. Yeah, you know what's up. I'll keep doing our thing. The ice cream truck. I don't play around. Better don't mess with my luck. Shoot, I got holes in my shoes. You know what it is. You better duck. We don't North Philly kids. So I was always representing North Philly. I was always representing Ville. That was always my thing. Even though I grew up in Germantown too, with my folks and all that, on visits and homelessness and living with them as family, I never represented Germantown, but that's always home. So I bust that rap for him. And he was like, yo, where your parents at? I said, yeah, I mean, they right there. I mean, we right next to y'all. He said, all right, y'all new on the block. Like, yeah, he already know. So he said, yo, I'm gonna come to your house. A little later, I'm gonna talk to your family, your pops and your moms. So, all right, cool. So I told my dad. He came to the crib. Shout out to McKill. He came to the crib and I rapped again in front of everybody, and he liked it. I rapped in front of my moms, my dad, my family, and stuff like that, and he liked it. They approved the fact that I could be with the group. It was 3 of them. They needed another member, so I was the 4th member. Remember, I was 11 going on 12 now. So that was cool. I'm in a rap group, baby, called the Naughty Shorties, man. Shout out to the gang, man. So I'm out there now. Now he got me coming to the crib, and I'm doing practice. I'm rehearsing lines. They feed me lines. Now they didn't write. They wrote the rhymes down. He wrote the rhymes down. He was writing on the rhymes, and he would say, I remember, he was like this. All right, so this is the line right here. Putting suckers in body bags because I'm real bad. My formality keeps my mentality. Hands that I'm bashing, girls that I'm macking. He said, now you say that. Now, remember, I'm 12, 11 and a half going on 12, and I would have to say it. My hands that I'm girls that I'm macking. I said, my formality keeps my mentality. Hands that I'm bashing, girls that I'm macking. So I had to repeat every line after him until it was memorized. And he was like, all right, now, wrap it back. All right, now, every time I get done with, I memorize one line. He said, all right, the second line. And then he'll read it off, and then I have to remember that. I have to remember that. And then I had to keep going all the way down so the whole page is remembered by me. So I'm like, all right, cool. So now, I'm now as a rap group, we also be in the living room in the hood, right? And we do like movement. So he'll show me how to move around, the other we always lead rappers. So one would be right here, he be rapping, and we be being there like doing our thing, and then whoever else comes up, they'll lead the rap. We'll be have to do our thing, and then we have the hooks, and then we be doing the hooks, and then we just be rehearsing. We rehearse every day. We rehearse all day. That's just what our thing was. That's how he made it. So sometimes we go out on a train, on the Market Street line and all that, and be mad people out there, and we be on a platform, and he be like rap, and we as 4 of us we just rap. Da 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 da. Hands that I'm bashing, girls that I'm macking. My formality keeps my mentality. And we just do that. And everybody had a verse. We on the train. You be like, rap. My formality keeps my mentality. Girls that I'm macking. Hands that I'm bashing. We'll be rapping. That's just what it was. And so time kept going by, and I would wear some of the rap groups. I would wear their clothes. The lead rapper, he was older. So he knew how to cut hair. So he would always shape us up. We would always go and to all these shows, man. Like I said again, I seen Tupac when he got shot up. Now, I didn't really know who Tupac was like that, but I knew who Tupac was. But I didn't really know at that time. But I remember he got shot up down 34th Street. He didn't get shot up down 34th Street. We was down 34th Street in the college. And when we walked in, he was sitting with the bandage. He was in the wheelchair and stuff like that. And he had this boy with dreads that was over him and stuff like that. He was rehearsing his song. That's the first time I seen Tupac. We went to big concerts. We performed in a lot of places. We went to a Redman Method Man show. When they had, not when they was a group like Muddy Waters and all that. The Wu-Tang when they came out. My favorite songs was Mobb Deep, Biggie Small, Busta Rhymes. Woo, how I got you. What y'all wanna do? Wanna be ballers? The Benjamins came out. Yeah, so Old Dirty Bastard was my favorite. Man, we used to get the cassette tapes. Man, I remember one day I was broke, and at the time, man, I walked down 40th Street, and I'm walking past because back then they had, and the Africans and all that, and the blacks they had the stands, and they had all the cassette tapes out there. And I walked one day, I seen it, like, oh man, I love this joint, ODB, man, I love it. He said, yeah. He said, what you got? I said, man, hey, I'm 12. So he was like, all right. So he gave me the tape for free, man. Man, that was love, bro. That was love. That ODB tape. So, so we going to shows, we going to all the neighborhoods, we going all to the places, we going to girls. The girls will love us, man. I mean, we get down off the stage, man. They be like, yo, take pictures with us and all that. We do all that, man. Take pictures and all. It was this game that they used to play, and they used to turn off the light. My rap group, and they used to turn off the light, and they used to run around with their pants halfway down. And they would smack each other butts. Pop, 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 pop. Right? Just us in there and my manager. And my manager would come out and he'll be peeping around, just looking like, oh, y'all niggas gay. He would say the word like, y'all niggas, nah. Right? I ain't gonna say the word again. I was like, oh, man, it's crazy. But I always stayed close to the wall. I always stayed close to the wall. I'm like, listen. And I kept a stern look like, y'all not playing with me. That's not happening over here. And that's not funny to me. Right? But that was just something that they were doing. I don't know where they got it from, but that's just what that was. All right. So in the mix, man, we used to always come out. I used to come with the rap group, and I used to go into the block, and we used to hop in like vans and trucks, SUVs. We used to always rent. We used to always dress the same, have matching jackets and everything. My rap name was Ty Hair. And we used to always go out sharp, looking like celebrities and stars. And I would hop in the vans or the truck SUVs, and all my homies be out there. They be watching us, man. Like, oh, that go, know what I mean? That know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? So even a couple times, man, my homies came to some of my shows when we had outside events out there in Kelly's Park, and I'm out there on stage. And every time I get off a stage, man, it's somebody that was older than me, one of the homies or something like that, that I don't know, that was in the industry at the time, riding apples. And they would be like, yo, they'll say to me specifically, yo, you really good, yo. Like, yo, you really good, yo. We really was entertained. We really like you, bro. They liked the whole team. We even went up to Power 99 FM, bro. That day, man, that night, man, that was very special, man. But I was so nervous. I only had one verse. But I didn't go inside. I didn't go and rap with them. But I was there, and I just looked. And I was watching them rap on the stage, and I think DJ Cosmic Kev was there. Yeah. This was like 97. 98. And we was in a radio station, man. We went in a radio station, bro. And we did the show. And I was there. I just didn't rap on the mic, and I didn't even sit down in the seats to rap. I was just looking like I was a spectator, but I was part of the damn team. That's when I guess having being afraid, being nervous, anxiety and stuff like that. That's what I was dealing with, I didn't know how to speak up. I didn't have courage to step out and be free and show my talent and all that. That was that. But we did that. So one day we kept going to like a lot of shows, and we were just having fun. Me and the team was having fun, just rapping, meeting people and stuff like that. We was having fun. So one day, well, many times, it was like I was hungry. They would go out and they would eat food. They would have money in their pockets. They would eat food. Come to find out now, some of them was getting paid, and most of us wasn't. It was only 4 of us. But he was getting paid off because we were doing a lot of shows. And one day I broke down and I went back home and I said, Dad, I'm hungry. Because there was times when my dad would give me money, my mom, to go eat, hang out with them. But they didn't have it. like that to keep giving to me. So one day I came to the house and I broke down. And I broke down really bad to my dad. And he held me up and held me up. Was like, Little Milk. And he was like, um, you gonna come out that group. You gonna come out that group. Cause he's not treating you fair. I said, all right, cool. So I did. I came out the group. Um, Now that's when life got more complicated. So when my dad and my mom's, they had some type of beef going on that I ain't know nothing about. I didn't know nothing about. Remember, my cousins used to come to the house, even my male cousins, may he rest in peace, used to come to the house. They used to come and hang out with us and stuff like that. And we used to all do the recording and be family, do family things. Well, this time, my dad, my mom went through something. I'm like, he started disappearing. My dad started disappearing. I'm waking up in the morning like, where you at? Where dad at? Where you at? Where you at? My mom didn't really say nothing. You know what I mean? So it was like, all right, I don't know what's up. So one day he came back and he knocked on the door. And I opened the door. I'm like, what the hell? Why you open the door? And I could smell the liquor on his face, on his breath. My dad don't drink. He don't smoke. He don't do no drugs. I never see him geek ski. None of that. He don't be mess with no chicks. He don't trick. None of that. He just straight. He love God. He the reason why that I'm so focused on God. So I said, Dad, you smell like alcohol. And he smacked me in my face. Pop! Right in my mouth. I said, boy, watch your mouth. Ooh. And that was a rap. I never said nothing like that again. So things started getting shaky around that time. So I left the rap group. My dad left the house. I'm getting older now. I'm like 12 some change. Now the crazy thing was that my cousin moved in, my big cousin and my other cousin, both my big cousins, males and females. So they moved in, and my real first sexual experience intercourse was one of my female cousins. Like I said, it was like 12 now, going on 13. And I remember on a late night, she said, we was in the living room, she was like, come here. And you know, we used to always sneak in. We was kissing cousins, right? I used to get a thrill out of that when I was 12, 11. It started a long time ago, but when she moved in, it became more touchy-feely and stuff like that with me and my cousin, my female cousin. I was always sneaking through it. Remember, I was quiet. I was really quiet. I can't say it was sneaky. I was just quiet. But in her light, it looks sneaky. But that's just what it was. I remember, let me see. So when we finally did it, she laid on the couch and she pulled me close to her and I put my penis into her vagina. And as having sex with my cousin, I ejaculated. I came, in other words. But before I came, I thought I had to take a piss. So I'm like, oh snap, hold on. And I run to the bathroom real quick and all this white stuff is just on my shirt, right? I'm 12. And she runs in the bathroom and she looks and she's like, haha, you never did this before? I said, no. She said, that is cum, that word. And I was like, Dad. Like, it felt good. It was different. I never experienced that before. Right? And I'm not saying that she's the problem, no, because I don't know what she went through. I'm sure she went through some stuff growing up out there with her family where that became normal to her, right? That became normal to her because that's what happens when you grow up in a world of sexual abuse and you start to grow up when it's being done to you and then you start to do it to others and it starts with the family and it starts with close friends and you don't know who did that to her to make her do that to show me that was cool. And I was already going through my things already with my other cousins, being sexual with them. And I remember I had stopped doing all that stuff to them. So I had a time where I wasn't doing nothing sexual to nobody. Um, so another thing was that, or even around that time, like I said again, I had a little sister. She was a baby, and I want to apologize to her. But she was a baby, and I was 12 or around 12, 11. And I used to always babysit my little sister and my little brothers and them. And my little sister used to wear a pamper, and I don't know what was going on with me mentally and spiritually, but I used to grind on my little sister when she was a baby in Pampers, and I was 12. I did. I remember grinding on her a couple times. All in that house in West Philly, an apartment in West Philly, I remember grinding on her. I remember one of my little brothers also. We would wrestle in the bed and stuff like that, and we would wrestle, and I would like touch his private part. Me, my little brother, you know what I mean? I would touch his private part like a couple times, and one day he was like, "Stop!" He said, "Stop now! Stop! I'm gonna tell Dad." I stopped. I never started. I never did it again. You know what I mean? And my little sister, I stopped with my little sister too. I stopped. I remember I only did it a few times. It wasn't a lot, but I did it a few times and I stopped. Um, I remember even when I was 12, 11 and stuff like that. Like I said, we had cats in our house. Like I said again, I don't understand what was going on with me. I don't understand what was going on with me, but we had cats and I would like grind on the cat. I would lift the tail up on the cat and I would like grind my penis on the cat. That was crazy. But I did that. You know what I mean? Remember, this is 97, 98, 1997, 1998. I was 12. That was crazy. I even had times where my sister friends would come over and we always sleep in the same bed, or sometimes we wasn't, and I would sneak over there and I would like touch them and grind on them. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me until my sister would come over and bust like this. Stop, leave my friends alone. And you know, that stuff became so driven where I just wanted to touch somebody sexually. I was just driven spiritually and mentally. I ain't gonna say that was something that I always thought about when I was just on my day to day, because it wasn't. It wasn't. It was like when I was left alone, when my parents were, or my aunties or uncles, they wasn't paying attention to us, and I felt like we had so much freedom, so much time that I just went on when time came, and I pulled up on them and I would touch them, and if they didn't fight back or say something, then I would continue to keep going sexually. A lot of times it would be like with my clothes off. A lot of times it would be like with my clothes on. Remember, when I was young, when I was 5 or 6 years old, remember that somebody in my house at that time, they used to come and visit us. They used to always take my clothes off, and I'll be butt naked. And sometimes it'd be two boys, or sometimes it'd be a boy and a girl, and they be just be grinding on me, doing whatever they want to me. Whatever they want to me. They will open my butt cheeks and put their penis on me. They would touch my penis and hold it and grind on me. And they would kiss me. And the girls will just touch my penis. I mean, like, it was just, that was happening when I was 6 years old and 5 years old. And the reason why I remember that, well, them thoughts always stayed with me. Since I got older, I always remembered them times of being touched. And I remembered the times when I was touching, but I could never connect it. As I got older, I stopped getting high. Especially like around this time now, I stopped getting high, and I started having memories, like vivid memories. That's one of the reasons why I'm able to share in great detail. So them sexual incidents was happening. So time goes by. I'm not in a rap group. I stopped touching my family and friends. I had the incident with my cousin intercourse. My first time having intercourse. My dad left. He left the house. So it was like my big cousin. So besides that, so now we hungry. since my dad left, there's no money. There's no way to get food. My dad, sometimes Christmas or something like that, he would come, or whenever he would come around and bring us like a plastic bag of toiletries. Toiletries is like soap, deodorant, and washcloth and toothbrush and stuff like that. And he'll give it to us, but he'll just give it to his kids. Well, at the time it was just us. It was just us. So now I'm hitting the streets more. Now I'm in the streets. Now I finally jumped off the porch, as they said. I'm outside now by myself. I'm flipping with all the homies. I'm on the mattresses. I'm going off the block now even more. Going to longer walks. My dad can't do nothing now because he don't live here. My mom, she started to meet other guys in the neighborhood. She started to hang out with these guys. More people from the neighborhood used to come into the house, and they would sit in the living room, or they would go to a room, and sometimes the door would be closed for like hours, and we just be in the house running around, or in the streets running around. I was going to school, but I wasn't going to school. I would go to school, I would come back, and I would jump through my back window, and I would just stay in my room all day until school was over. Sometimes I caught my mom and my stuff looking for change, so she'd get sick of it. I would just be laying on the ground in the bed, just watching her go through my stuff. I'm like, it's funny. So my first time, my dogs came through one day, and we smoked weed. We rolled weed in the back of the apartment building, and we like in the cut in somebody else's backyard. And we always climbed the gates, cut through the alleys and stuff like that. That was our thing. And we all sitting there, and my boy came with the weed, man. I'm like, all right, I didn't know nothing about weed, man. I mean, I didn't know nothing about weed, but he bought the weed, and it's like 5 of us, and he rolling up. He know how to roll. I'm like, what the hell is this? What's the blunt? What's that? What's this? So he did it, and it's all sloppy, few holes, but it's cool. He's like, yeah, I learned how from my brothers and all that. I was like, all right. So we all smoking, and I smoked weed that day. I smoked weed for the first time, man. I was like, am 12? Smoked weed for the first time. And I felt like relaxed. I just felt relaxed. I was chilling. You feel me? I was just chilling, man, you know. I was no anxiety. So I wasn't overthinking nothing and stuff like that. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous no more. You feel me? So that was cool. So my boy, one of my boys, man, he used to do a lot of robberies, like strong arms. Like he be in school, people from high school walking to our yard, man, he the first one to hit him, bang, bang, bang. Like, all right. And then he became my friend, one of my best friends. I call him my brother. So, you know, my pockets is hurt. I be walking outside, my sneakers have holes in the bottom of my sneakers, right? And my sock will come out, and it be raining or snowing or it be hot, and I'm walking and my sock is dragging out of my sneaker or my boot as I'm walking down the streets. I remember being in school and my feet be stinking in classroom, and one of the classmates be like, oh, you stink, you a dirty boy. Man, hurt my heart, bro. That hurt my heart. She would say that. So, like, it was 7th grade. Like, I was paying attention to class, but I stopped going to class. I kept looking, going back to my houses, because I didn't know where to go. I just book in school and go home without my mom knowing. Always keep the door, kept the back window unlocked and cracked so I could sneak in. So that was that. So my boy, man, he was like, yo, you need money. Yeah, because I used to always sneak him in the house. I used to sneak my homies in the house sometimes, because some of them was homeless. Like, we all was like 12, 11. Some of them was homeless. Some of their moms was on drugs, hard, crack, hard. I didn't know about crack. Alright, I didn't know about this. But come to find out, that's what it was. That's why they was homeless. We was all like 11, 10, 12, like that. But around that time, like around 12, what happened? So he would take me on missions with him. Missions is like we would get spark plugs, and we would go to certain cars in any neighborhood, and we would hit the window with the spark plugs. Now, the spark plugs, we would break them first with a brick, and we would have little pieces, and he would show me the ropes. We walk past the car, we see something we want, we double back around real fast, hit the window, it breaks, we look around, we break the window, and we take whatever's in there. That's how we ate for a long time. And my big bro, my boy, remember, rest in peace, so we would walk down on people too. It didn't matter who he was, female, male, it didn't matter. And we would just run up on him, and we would grab their pocket, and we would wrestle. Sometimes, man, I was scared because he would just do it out of nowhere, and he would grab the person and just rip their pockets. And sometimes I would go there and I would help him rip their pockets to get the money. And sometimes I didn't. I just be shot like what the. But that's how we got our money. And we would go get some weed and the stuff that we would get from the cars. We would go to the barber shops on the ad, and we would sell that stuff to some of the barbers. And I started making money. Like, oh shoot, I'm making money. I'm putting money in my pocket. I'm feeding myself. I'm helping out my brothers and sisters at the crib who got no food. Sometimes my moms be gone for so long, like days at a time. It's like, what the hell, where is she at? Like I'm there, like they all babies, like 2 years old, probably. Like we had another addition, I forgot, to the family. So there was 5 of us, and like they like hungry. They in the street. I don't even know what's going on in the house because I'm in the streets now. I'm 12, but I know when I go home that no food is made no more. My mom used to always make dinner. My dad used to always make dinner, make lunch for us. It was no more of that. It was no more lunch. It was no more dinners. We come home, we starving. Go to the fridge, we trying to figure it out every day. Every day since my dad left. That's how we started living now. My mom started moving men in the house, and some of them I didn't like. So I'd be snapping. I'd be mad. Like, who is this? Why he here? And then on top of that, I even know who he is. Why is he here? You know I don't like him. Right? So I'd be picking up knives. One day, man, I was so bad at so man. And he in the room, he waking up in the morning with my mom's every day, and he ain't cooking nothing, he ain't contributing. I thought he was contributing nothing. I be there at the doorstep, at my room step, man, mad. You know what I'm saying? Like at 12. They have these big old kitchen knives. I'm ready to kill. I'm ready to kill him. I'm mad. Because my dad gone, my mom got the other guy, and he not even paying attention to me. He not chopping it up with me. He not feeding us. He not doing nothing. So why is he here? And why is that door closed? Mom, right? That was that time. She used to bring certain men in, and certain men, you know, they would cook food for us. Some of them, I was like, oh man, I like this one. It was cool. He would laugh. He would chill with us. He would talk to us, talk with us, check up on us. You know, some men she brought in the house. You know, they would come in all laughy, jokey. Yeah, give a couple hours here and there, be ha and all that, and they'll take my mom away for like a week or days, a week and a half, and we be in the house like, where are mom at? Remember, it was no cell phone, no Gmails that I was used to. So we was 12. My brother and sister probably was like 5, 2, 11, 7. I had to be sleeping at night in a room in our mom's house, in my mom's room, because he was like, why are we gonna sleep in here when she ain't here? So we're gonna sleep in mommy's room. And I will be there with the kids, rubbing their backs, making sure they're okay. Remember, I stopped touching my brothers and sisters sexually. I stopped that. I stopped all that. Now it became, I'm caring for them. I love them. I want to make sure they eat food. I want to make sure they wash up. We wasn't taking showers. We was washing about the sink. So I will be there with my brothers and sisters, my family, until mommy come. And when my mom come, I be so pissed off. I be so hungry. We didn't know how to cook hot dogs and cereal. I be so mad. And sometimes I can't even go on no mission to get money with my boy. So I was like, all right, that's that. Oh, I'd be mad at her. Like, where you was at? Well, be questioning me, boy. She would say, we need food. Man, you know, I'd be just crying hard. Like, where you? I mean, it was just like that. And like, you know, she was like, well, sorry, I was out with my friend. You know, so them times would go, right? So that stuff would happen for a long time, right? So when my mom was home, You know, sometimes she had like a bunch of friends in there and stuff like that. I remember one day, my cousins and everybody was there, and I had ran my homeboys, and I ran to my mom room, and I hid. And my mom boyfriend came cool with her. He took my mom in the room, and I'm in the back of the TV, just chilling, like how they. Let me see what they doing. I want to know what the hell they doing. So we had a big TV and a wall and a TV, and I could go behind the TV, and I just sit there. And I heard my freaking mom having sex. Man, that hurt me so bad with this dude. Right? So he knock on the door, boo, 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 boo. They like, go away, go away. They knock on the door again, boo, boo, here, knock on the door again, boo, 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 boo. They like, my boyfriend like, go away, go away. They said, where? Da, da, da. They looking for me. They, what? I don't know, go look for him. They said, all right. So they come back again. They look for me, knock on the door. They looking for me, my brothers and sisters, my friends. Where he at? He in here. He gotta be in there. They're like, what? Because I'm hearing my mom and I had sex. I actually just want to get up out off around from back of this TV and go run and get out of this room. I want to go. So he got up. He said, what? Where he at? He's like, what? He opened the door for my little sister. He said, we don't know where he at. He not outside. He not hiding in the house. He gotta be there. So he called my name, and then he looked behind the TV, and I was behind the TV. And I hauled ass out that room, man. That was out of pocket. I was embarrassed. I was hurt. And I was mad. So, like I said again, man, I started smoking a lot of weed. Smoking weed like a mug. With everybody, with the whole gang. So, I started to... So, one day, my boy was like, we stand on the porch. I'm with a few other of my homies. I'm standing in front of the building. And one of my homie that we do the robberies with, he's walking by. He a block away. He's like, yeah, what's up? He's like, yo, come on, let's go get this money. I'm like, all right, it's like 8 o'clock. What he was about to do was go down to Macy's downtown, go boosting, and go grab clothes. Because I heard about that with him and one of the other homies. They would go grab clothes. That was the new thing now. Go out there in the little stores and grab clothes. So I was like, all right, I'll come. But my other homie was like, yo, don't do that. You gonna put yourself in a situation where you gonna get locked up. Like, that's what you want? Like, nah. Because there was many times when me and the homies, like, it'd be like 30 of us or 20 of us or 15 of us, and we'd be hitting cars. We'd be going through the whole neighborhood in West Philly. It'd be deep. We'd be out there deep, walking the streets and pavements and stuff like that, running on cars, chasing people, laughing and joking, smoking weed, dipping in the playgrounds, just having fun, running around, playing catch. You know what I mean? No homo, none of that crap, right? It was just fun. And the cops would come and they would ride down on us. Like, it'd be like 4 or 5 cop cars, man, and we all was scattered and run. we be playing in the white people neighborhoods, them type of neighborhoods. And we be in there breaking the cars like 30, 20 deep, and we all run. And one day, the cops came, we all scattered, and I'm hiding in the trash can. I put the trash can lid on me. I'm running through somebody's backyard. I see the trash can, I hear the cop on me. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Oh, no. Hops in the trash can, lid on me, waiting. Right? Cops, yeah. You hear them cops talking, yeah, we don't know where he at. And then they kicked the damn trash can, and I tilted over. He got one. Misunderstood. And they took us all out, and we was all on our knees in the front of somebody's property. And the cops and cars out there in the middle of the street, we done cuffs and all that, and they trying to figure out who did the robbery, the car breaking. The car breaking, I ain't gonna say it was a robbery, it's car breaking. And so nobody said nothing. I think somebody got in the car shot. But nobody said nothing, so they let us all go. We was out. So one day, like I said again, my boy was like, "No, don't go with him. He'll get locked up." So like, all right. So what he did was he said, "Yo, you ever sold drugs before?" I already know that. I don't even know what drugs is, bro. What's drugs? And he was like, "Tomorrow. Come around the corner tomorrow. And I'll let you meet my big cousin." So I went around there. My big cousin. It was a real one. We opened up a whole house apartment. He opened that joint up. And we went shopping to Walmart. And we all got a brown, like a Dickie suit. Yeah, brown Dickies in one piece. We put our pockets in hands in our pockets like that. We had that. It was like winter time. He had like this BMW. I remember. I had one of my homies, my close homie, rest in peace. He was with me the whole time. We started that joint. You know who started this? Who got me into selling drugs? But it was on some love shit, like survival. Like, yo, let me help you. So, all right. So they showed me the ropes and all that, how to cut coke, how to cut crack, how to sub, keep the gun in the mailbox until we opened up the back. The back. We had, it was an apartment 3 stories, so we just hustle in the front. We got the clientele to come in, and then now we got the back room where it's draped off and all that. We got the big TV, we got the video game, we got the couch and all that. We got shifts. I work second shift, homie work first, so let's do third. We in the back now where it's like cold as hell in there because we had like them little heaters and stuff, like gasoline, kerosene heaters and stuff like that to keep the joint, the crib warm, and there's a hole. We had a hole in the door in the back, and we had a slit joint, like, and I put the coke through there, put the money in my pocket, and I put the coke through there, and stuff like that. So my first time seeing crack. I still didn't know what crack was. I still didn't know the name crack. All I know it was I was selling it. The deal was to get $300 a week. I get paid on Friday. So we doing all that. So the rule was this: don't bring nobody in here at all. He said, all right. So he said, anybody that get high, don't bring nobody in here. Like, all right. He said, he don't want nobody in there, period. All right. But time went by, I would bring my homies in. We chill, smoke weed, play video games, eat food. I was always paying for the food, always love like that. But then I started being here for time being. I was like almost going on 13 now. So I'm hustling. I'm bringing money back to the house now. So I'm feeding my family, my brothers and sisters, making sure they eat, giving money to my cousins and everybody. And I'm doing the damn thing. And around that time, my cousin, he had moved in with us before I started selling drugs. And then when I started selling drugs, and he started going outside with his team, and he was getting into fights and shootouts and robberies. He was doing his own thing, and that was my big cousin. He came from Germantown all the way to the west to move in with us because he had situations with his house, with his family, which is my family. So he moved in with us. He had made a team down there in the bank with him, and so he was always breaking the cars, and then what his thing was, when he breaking the cars, he'd take the car and he'd steal the car, and we would all ride around as a family and a squad in like minivans. He would always pull up with minivans. We'd hop in minivan and we go whatever, Germantown. Sometimes we gotta watch his girl. Sometimes he was so jealous, whatever he was, but we would pull up and we'll park somewhere, and he was like, yeah, that's my girl in there, she cheating on me. We'd be right there waiting, watching. I'm like, cuz, what's up with you, cuz? He had a few girls, he had a lot of girlfriends and stuff like that. He had pretty eyes. Funny, always funny. Man, that was my cousin. I love him to death. May he rest in peace for sure. For real. So that time happened, right? Let me get to the point. So I used to always, he had gotten, some murder had happened where he had to get going, so he went back up top to G-Town, and then that happened. So he stayed up there. So I always go back up before I had money. Show love to everybody. So now I'm selling drugs. I'm getting deep into the game. I stopped robbing and stealing. I'm just hustling. Me and my boy, rest in peace, Trez. We hustling. So a couple people kept falling out. Like the person that put me onto it, he stopped coming. He stopped working with us. The other boy, he stopped working with us. He burnt us, took all the money. That was done. So I started bringing the females. Now I'm getting horny again, right? So this horny shit kept coming in. Now this is where it got crazy for me. It's the sexual desires, the sexual sinful nature. I wasn't schooled to none of this, but it was just happening to me. I don't understand. on my way to being 13. Alright? So we had a dog. It's crazy. But I had a dog. We had a dog in the house, in the trap house. And then also I used to always have like certain female that got high from the crack coolers. They used to come in and I used to serve them. And then I used to always hear my family, my people on my block, they would come and they would buy crack. I'm like, they do this? I don't even know if they smoking out. Oh, they do this? Alright, I just serve them. Like I said, I didn't know nothing about getting high on this. Next door neighbors, they was white people, man. They was smoking crack. I serve everybody. It was like that. So, then I started bringing the girls in. They would get high. So I'd be tricking them, getting like down or something like that. And I would have sex with them, stuff like that. And then I started learning how to tap bags because shit started getting like a little thin. Where, you know what I mean? Like, he not really paying us on time. So I started learning how to tap bags and cut that down and bag that up and sell this. And because when they come, sometimes them diamonds are so big, they don't give a damn. As long as they got something. So I was like, all right, I get that. And I make money from my pocket and still had to work right, pack right. And so the crazy thing was that we had this dog there. And I'm there by myself. And I got used to the dog and stuff like that. And it was like a small Rottweiler German Shepherd mixed with something like that. It was like a baby. It was a female dog. Bro, my sexually crazy self, I don't know what was going on with me, but I started to grind on the dog. I was almost 13. I was grinding on the dog with my penis out on the dog, the female dog. Trying to put it in the female dog. Didn't know what to do, didn't know how to do it, but I did that. And that was crazy as hell. Look at it today, I'm like, what in the world? But I did. And it was a few times I did that with that damn dog that was out of pocket. It was times when the ladies used to come in. Sometimes it would be like the young females and they would come in and they would smoke crack. And I would get a girl to crack. Right? She was like 13, right? Or 12 and a half going on 13. I was like 12 and a half going on 13. And the girls would come. I remember she was beautiful. She smoked crack. And she let me have sex with her. But her thing was she liked it in the anus. So I would have sex with her in her butt, in her anus. And I did. That was what she wanted. And I'll give her a drug and we used to do it all the time like that. She was, oh my God, you're so big, whatever. But so that was that. So the trap house, so I'm always so now things is getting hectic where the trap house getting shut down. I steal the gun, because he had left the house and he didn't come back for like 2 weeks. And I'm in there with no crack. I got the Mac 10 and I got the 9mm. And I'm in the house. So I like, man, I wrote a note. Say, yo, man, I don't know where you at, but I'm out. I'm leaving the 2 guns here. So I did. And one day I'm hungry. I'm like, I got no more money. The drugs going, the money going. So what I did was I had broke into the back window in a trap house. Cause I came knock on the door, nobody coming. So I came and I bought the window and I took the 9mm and I did. Days and coming around, running around with it, robbing people and this and that. And so one day he sent the boy come around to get me, so he came and got me. He sent me down in the house. We in the trap house. He got this chick. He turned the house down to like a salon. He got this hair dryers there, and I'm there. And he like, yo, where my gun at? What you mean? Like, where my gun at? Stop playing. I don't got your gun. I wrote you a note, let you know. He said, don't make me smack shit out you. Right? So he's sitting there. He got up. Don't make me smack shit out you. And I'm like, I ain't got your gun. Like, I didn't know where he was at. He was like, well, all right. He said, I don't know. But somebody broke in and they took the 9. But the Mac there. You sure that wasn't you? Like, yeah, I'm sure, bro. So he didn't even pay me my money that he owed me for that whole time. Like, man. So I left. That was it. I stopped messing with him. He started messing with the script. I got shut down. But during that time, I kept asking the girls that were coming in, hey, what's that? Can I try it? No, boy, they would say, like, don't try that. I asked all the girls that I would bring in the trick that I sell crack with, can I try it? And they all say no. All right, cool. So once the crib got shut down, now I'm back. Now I'm going to school, back in school and all that. And I got my mom, she kind of in the house here and there. So the whole block switch now. New people coming to the block, hustlers and all that stuff. A lot of shootouts and all that. I'm going to school here and there. I'm becoming cool with my teacher, and we're doing robberies. Back to robberies, breaking the cars and stuff like that. So now we move back to North Philly real fast. So my dad comes to pick me up. Got a girl. No, before that, before my dad come and pick me up, I'm in the streets. So I'm hustling again. Now this time I'm standing on the streets. And I'm hustling. I'm not in a trap house no more. And I'm hustling. And I'm selling drugs on the streets. I'm fucking up the money here and there. I'm making the money. I get into a fight with a few drug dealers. I'm homeless. My mom got kicked out. My mom got kicked out the house now. So now I have nowhere to go. The trap house closed. So I would go back and forth from the trap house and go to sleep and wake up. And then now I'm on the streets. I'm sleeping in my neighbor's car. Every morning I gotta wake up at 5 in the morning. Remember, I'm only 13. Going on 13 now. And I don't know what to do with my life. I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm not going to school really, I'm walking around, I'm hungry as hell. I got no food. My friends, they don't have no food either. So when I go to their house, they ain't got nothing. And I'm like, damn, everybody messed up. So I'm walking. So one day back to hustling, and somebody came around like, yo man, I heard you hustle. I heard you hustle. Yeah. Alright, so give me a pack, so I started hustling. So I'm selling drugs. Remember, 13 going on 14 soon. And I'm hustling, making money, snatch, smoke weed. More now. Now I got introduced into the Xannies. Because my boy came around. And that was his thing. Always take me to J Street. Remember, I'm hustling. I'm making money now. Buying sneakers, clothes. Now, we go to J Street, I'm grabbing Xans. I'm paying for it. Moving. I'm back on my shit. I'm cooling now. I got the girl. I got regular girls my age. I'm sliding up on, having fun. I'm going to school now. I'm in high school, kind of like, and I'm making money. And things happen. So I'm so homeless. I'm so fucked up that one day. How does this happen? I think one day. No, it was before that. So one day we opened up a trap house on a block, and my boys and all that, and I'm in the house by myself. Remember, it's been a year now. I'm making money. I'm doing well. So one day I opened up the trap house. We opened up the trap house, and the neighborhood fiend, she upstairs with some guy, and she getting high. So she called me up there, and I got a big ass bomb of crack. I still don't know what crack is. I still don't understand it, because even though when I was at my boy house and his folks were smoking crack, and they would always come or ask me for credit, I would give them credit and stuff like that. And sometimes they would pay me back, sometimes they won't. I would always see them coming out the house, coming out their room, peeping and shit. And I would always see them like looking on the ground for shit, but I didn't know what it was. I still didn't understand the concept of what I was selling to people and why they was buying it. I didn't understand the concept, right? So that happened. So we opened up the trap house, and one day I decided to go upstairs and ask her, hey, to the neighborhood crackhead. I said, yo, can I try that? Can I try it? She said, yeah. So I gave her some, and then she gave me this pipe, this metal antenna with a eraser on top of it. And she said, you open it and put it in. I put it in. She said, take the lighter. Give me a lighter. I said, how you do it? She said, put it to your lips and light it. And just, well, she got up and she put it to my lips, and she lit the light. And she said, now inhale. And I held it, and I held it. And from there on, I got so fucking scared and nervous. My whole soul, I felt my soul leave my body. Remember, I still had soul when I was homeless and smoking weed and had nowhere to go and robbing and stuff like that. But when I smoked that crack cocaine at the age of 13 and a half, my soul left me. I felt my soul go. And it was a different spirit that entered me. It was a different soul that entered me. And I was not there I was not new. It wasn't a fun feeling. It was a different spirit that entered my soul that day. It was around 2 in the afternoon. We had a hole in the wall. The house was empty. We were starting a new trap house, and I smoked crack for the first time in 13 and a half, not knowing what it was, in 1998, 99. Okay? I did that. I smoked crack, and I found myself with that bomb. I'm sitting there. I'm standing there downstairs and I'm by myself, and I'm shaking and nervous. I'm shaking and I'm nervous with a bunch of crack. Nobody coming. And I'm like, I gotta get out of this house. I gotta get out of this trap house. Before I left the house, the girl said, take this with you. She gave me the crack pipe. I took it with me. So, one of my boys, man, I used to live with my boy. He let me come in the house because, I was homeless. Well, I went to sleep that day. And for a couple days straight, I didn't smoke that shit ever again. I had stashed it somewhere, so I was just making money. Then one day, I had went to my old apartment building where we got kicked out of, and I went into the apartment, so I would sleep there because I was homeless. I would sneak through. I was homeless, and I would go in there before my boy let me move into his house. I would go in there and I would smoke crack at the age of 13 and a half in that apartment building that we used to live at. I broke in and I would just smoke crack by myself, and I would just be going crazy in there by myself. Like I didn't understand. My eyes was wide. I was shaking. I was scared. I was smoking and stuff and didn't know what I was doing. And every time I smoked stuff, the pack gets smaller and smaller and smaller, bro. And I'm in there at night, paranoid, scared, praying to God to help me. I'm praying to God to help me. I didn't know what was going on. The spirit of this crack cocaine was changing the way I thought, was changing the way I felt and feel. I felt lost then. I was stuck in something that I could not control. I was 13 and a half, and it was so painful. I needed help, but didn't know that I needed help, but I knew that I needed to get out of West Philly. God, I prayed. I'm walking up and down these hallways with nobody in the house. It's our old house, and I'm looking around. And I'm listening to the doors, who's knocking, who's walking up the steps, and I don't know why I'm doing it. My boy, he let me live in his house. He let me live into his room. He gave me his back room, and I'm still selling drugs, right? So I'm still able to be out in the streets. I'm smoking weed after I go to sleep and I wake up normal again. But knowingly, I'm not normal because I just did some shit and now my pack is small. I owe money. I'm tapping bags. I'm scared of the drug dealer. How you gonna approach me? Now I have to keep the bundle secretly and knock off all this stuff before I give it to him. Before you say, let me see the pack. Let me see what, and before he gets noticed that I'm tapping the bags. Now, I'm in the back of my boy house, right? And I'm smoking crack in the room. His mom's in the front room, his sister, and they in the other room. He's sleeping with his sister, like in the same room. There was no weird shit. No, they wasn't on that shit. So I'm smoking crack in the back of the room, and I'm like, what is this stuff? Why am I putting this stuff in this pipe, this thing? Why am I putting it? Why am I lighting it as I'm getting high? I'm like, why am I lighting it? Why am I doing this? Why? I'm running out. Oh my God, I'm going crazy. I don't know what to do. I'm in this little room. I'm scared. I'm panicking. I goes outside at 6 in the morning. I don't know why I'm going outside, but I have to creep through it. I go outside and I'm on the ground in this lot looking for baggies. Looking for baggies with shake of crack in them so I can put it together, and I'll go back in the room and I'll scrape it and with a razor and I'll get it and I'll put it back in the pipe and get high again. Like, what am I doing? I was thinking. I said, God, help me. I don't know what am I doing. I need help. This is crazy. This spirit is not normal for me, God. It wasn't normal. My thoughts starting to change. This is not normal. So now, I go to sleep and I wake up. So now, I find ways to make this money back. And I do. And I make the money back. To give it to the drug dealer. Now I found out that you could put weed into crack. Put crack into the weed. Listen to the old heads just by listening. And I'm still quiet. I'm still shy. I don't say nothing. I have a big ass gang of niggas, homegirls. I'm still not saying nothing. They look at me like, yo, you losing weight. Your eyes getting all big. I don't know what to look for. I don't know what to look for when it comes to crack addiction. What the hell is crack? I don't know still. It's 1999. And I'm only going on 14. That got real for me. I'm homeless. I'm staying up all night. I'm hungry. I will buy, when I'm $5, I'll buy like cheeseburgers, something like that. But then I stopped buying cheeseburgers and stuff like that, and hoagies and cheesesteaks. I stopped buying stuff, and I started smoking lace coke crack in my weed. One day I did something that I didn't really pay attention to, and I had laced my weed the night before. So now my mom had got a house in the neighborhood, but it's over the Ave, and now I have a room to go to. Now I have my own room to go to. Okay. Yeah. So this is when things got really crazy. Alright? This is when things got really crazy. I'm gonna break it down. So this is when things got really crazy. So my mom got a crib and I moved in with her. And it's just me and her. And I'm still going to school and I'm still home with my mom. Now she's dealing with the next door neighbor, they're females, and they going out drinking and having fun. So I moved on this new block. I started to sell. Somebody came to me again, like, yo, I heard you know how to hustle. Yeah. Now, I had a fight with the ex-drug dealer that I was smoke all his crack up, and we got into a fight, and I stopped fucking with him, stopped fucking with me. Right? He stopped messing with me, I stopped messing with him, right? Then, when I moved to the next block, I found somebody else found me, and I said, yo, I sell drugs. Like, yeah. So, he would come to the house, and I would sell drugs for him. I was only going on 14. Right? Going on 14. So, I'm selling drugs. Now I'm lacing my weed with crack. I'm smoking. Now I got introduced into fucking angel dust. Now I'm smoking angel dust with the homies. Like, certain of my squad do certain drugs. None of them do crack, but they do certain drugs like Xanax. I had a squad that had a team that do. We all know each other. Have a little small team that do Xanax. Have a team that just smoke weed. Have a team that just drink beer. Have a team that smoke angel dust. Right. So I'm smoking angel dust with that team. That's a new drug. I'm 14 now. So that happened. So we go through a whole lot of stuff with that. The crazy thing was when one day we were standing. We were standing at the top of the block. Just how dangerous life started to get for me. One day he standing at the top of the block. We just me, him, my neighbor, my homie, and we chilling. Of course, you know what I mean. And then one boy he walks by and he looks at us and all dicky. He high as hell. He like, yo, who's so? And we like, what? He like, yeah, who's so? He looking for somebody. He said, word. He said, so the boy in the middle, he talked to him like, yeah, man, this and that. He whispered to me, yo, go get that thing. So I run real fast because we had a 38. I run to go get the joint in the crib. I remember we on the corner, the house right here. I come back, I got the joint on me, and we there. And he talking to me like, yeah, man. He like, yeah, I'm looking for so and so because he robbed the house around the corner. So yeah, so he all dig it up, and so he talking to the nigga that robbed him. He talking to my man that robbed his coke house. He don't know that's the nigga he talking to. I'm strapped with the 38. My other boy right there, he watching, and the boy that I was hustling for, he's sitting there talking to him, watching him. He asked to slid the gas, slid the gat to him. So he got the gat on him now. Well, he left. Nothing happened. He didn't even know what's up. So one day, my mom, my step-pops was in the crib, and they disappeared. And then one day my cousins came over. Remember, I stopped touching my cousins. They came over, so I'm watching them, and I'm selling crack. And I put my crack in my drawer. I come back to do what I do in the streets, and come back to get my crack going. My whole fucking pack going. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So that happened. So now I'm out there with the gun, looking to make it come up. Come up. So I passed the gun back to the neighbor, and so around that time, I'm homeless again. All right, my mom lost the crib, and now I go back to the block. No hustling, no robberies, none of that. And I would go to my homeboy house. Now where I'm at, the homeboy house, we always got peoples over. You know what I mean, stuff like that. So I'm on the porch, and I'm like trying to figure this out. Like, yo, what the hell is going on with me? Why my mom ain't? I can't find my mom, my dad. I forgot. So when I was living in my dad's house, my dad kicked me out the house. It was before the crack. It was after the crack, right? No, it was before the crack. It was like around there. But my dad kicked me out the house because he said I keep sneaking out. So he walked me down the street and said, yo, you can't be here no more. Remember, I was with him for like 7, 8, 9 months, right? And the thing about that, 8, 9 months, so I'm with my dad, right, around that time. And he came and got me one day. I was when it was after I experienced the crack thing on the fiend, and so I'm living with him one day, and we living, and I'm happy. I felt good. I'm living life. I'm meeting her daughters and her son, his new girl. I'm meeting them, and I'm enjoying life. I'm just smoking weed, and I'm going to school. I am skipping school. I go to my other boy crib, just hang out with my dog, let school go by. I'm doing all that. And then sometimes my other boy, he come over who did all the robberies. We go out, we hit a lick, as they say, lick. We go rob some car, something like that, make some money. So now I got some money. So one day my dad just said, after 9 months of that, he said, yo, you gotta go. So he walked me down the street with no clothes, no money, no food. He said, I didn't even know what he mean by you gotta go until he looked at me and said, yo, you gotta go, you can't come back. And then he turned his back on me. He kept walking. He went home. And I'm standing on that corner looking at him and said, Dad, can I at least go get my clothes? And because I had a joint. I had some weed. I had just regular weed. And I had it in the house because he took me out. And I didn't even know that he was kicking me out. But, so he said, no, come back tomorrow and come get your stuff. So I left. So as I'm watching him go back to his house where his warm house at, it was cold, that's when I started moving around. And that's when I went back to the block, and that's when I started hustling. I went to my boy's house and I started smoking crack in the back of the house, back in the room, and stuff like that. So that's how all that merged in. And at that time too, I seen my ex-manager. He pulled up on me one night, and I'm out in the streets. He's like, yo, get in the car. He said, yo, I got this rapper, this white rapper. He said, he rap. He said, yo, you are somebody. He said to me in the car. He's like, yo, you need to get back to rapping again. You need to rap again. Like, come on. He said, listen, you can stay here and fuck your life up, or you can come with me and we can just start rapping and you can just do it again. And I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I ain't got no money, I ain't no food, I don't know where to go. He's like, man, I didn't know what I was thinking. But I said no. Because I remember last time that he didn't feed me. He wasn't treating me right. He was my manager. We had fun. We did the shows. He showed me love. But he wasn't feeding me. So all I could think about was, dog, you never fed me. I'm out here. I come with you. You ain't going to feed me. I know how to feed myself. Now I'm 14. 13 and a half. Going on 14. Something like that. 14 now. So, all right, cool. I said, no, I'm out. Thank you. So I left on my way. So, like I said again, now I went through all that right there. Oh, hold up. So in the mix of being my dad's house, now this is how things started happening. And I don't even understand it, but it happened. So I'm in my dad's house in between the 9 months before he kicked me out, right? So I'm in there, and now I'm watching, like, I got used to the family and all that, all the daughters and sons. So now I'm horny again. That shit comes up. So I don't know what was going on, but I would go to the basement to Hoogie School, and I would just jerk off downstairs in the basement by myself, right? It'd be like the front door, and then you come right there, the basement door. You could come downstairs and like lawn chairs and like wash machines and dryers. And I would sit there and I would jerk off by myself with freaking like masturbate with like clothes detergent, bro. Clothes detergent for hours. I didn't understand it. Then sometimes I would be in a room with a bunch of lotion and tissue, and I found a porn tape with girls and guys, and I would masturbate for hours, and I had bunk beds. I would stuff the tissue in a cut right there between the wall and the bed, and I would just jerk off. Now this is where things got crazy too for me. That I did not have no clue of what was going on. Um, so I used to get like these cigar containers, these long cigar containers, right? Like that long, and I would twist it off, and I would have to take it out, and I would crack my blunt. Well, one day I'm watching porn, and remember I'm going on 14 or something like that, and I was watching porn, and I see what's going on. Put the condom on, so I put the condom on the cigar container, and I see what's going on, and I started to put the cigar container into my buttocks, my anal, and I put lotion on it, and I would have sex with myself in my anal with the guitar container and with while I was with lotion on it and stuff like that, and I would bleed, and I would bleed, and I would bleed, and I would just do that periodically when I was in that room by myself. That's what I used to do periodically, and I did not understand why I was doing this. I couldn't even ask my dad or my mom and say, yo, I'm going through these changes. What's happening to me? Why am I being so sexual to myself? Why am I inserting objects into my anus? Why am I jerking off with so much lotion? Why? I'm not even nutting. Why? What's the matter with me? I would pray and say, God, help me. It was time when I was in that house where I said again, I would take the pillow and try to suffocate myself. Sometimes I would just hold my breath and hoping that I die. Sometimes it was just like, God, help me. Show me what's the matter with me. I didn't understand why I was doing these sexual things. It hurt me a lot. So I did that, and I would bleed a lot, and I would bleed as I would stick this cigar container in my anus with condom on, and I would bleed. And one day I just stopped it. And I tossed it out in the outside, because I was on the 3rd floor. I tossed the shit out. It was bloody, had feces on it, and I threw it out the window, and it landed on like the ledge. And I tried to get it one day, and I couldn't get it to remove it, to throw it in a secret place like the garbage, and it still stayed there. And that's when time went by, and then my dad kicked me out the house. But he didn't know nothing about that, but he knew about the tissue and stuff like that and jerking off, but he didn't know about that part. So that stuff happened. So like I said again, now I'm at my boy house on the front porch. Now I'm homeless. I got nowhere to go. I don't know what I'm going through. I am stressed out. I am dirty. I stink. I'm losing weight. I got no drugs to sell. I don't know my homie yet. So my boy comes out. It's everybody in the house. And my boy comes out and was like, yo, what's up with you? I'm like, man, I don't know. I ain't got nowhere to go. Because they moms, I used to always spend the night on my boy houses, but they moms like, I can't stay at night no more. Remember, I never did nothing sexual with none of my homies. Right? So it was like, all right. So this guy came out of the door. And when he came out the door, he looked at me and he said, hey, what's up? I said, what's up? So I guess my boy came out when my boy was like, yo, he's a manager. He rap too. He's talking about me, I rap. And he's talking about that he's a manager, the guy. So the guy came out and he started talking about music, me rapping. Then he started asking me about where I live, or what's going on. Do I need help? He was like, I heard you need help. I said, yeah, man, I have nowhere to go. I'm hungry. So we started talking on the porch for like a nice little minute. Then he asked me, hey, yo, do you want to come home with me? I got an extra room, I got an extra bed, got some food there and stuff like that. I can help you. I thought about it. Then I said, you know what? All right. So I went. So we walked from my boy house all the way down to Kensington, from West Philly to Kensington. From West Philly to Kensington, we just walked and talked. He just talked to me the whole time here. I had no feelings. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. I didn't know what was going on. It was like a normal conversation, just hanging out. And I trusted him because that was my boy, Peoples. I never seen him around ever before. I probably a little earlier, probably like a couple weeks before that. I probably seen him once or twice. He'll come around with my homie, and you know what I mean. My homie would introduce, but I would just stay from a distance. I ain't never. Yo, what's up? I would never did none of that. I'm just quiet. Remember, I was chilling. I was observing. So I was seeing with my homie walking, just him. Remember, I was 14, 13, 14. So was my boy, 13, 14. Come to find out, this man was 35 years old. Now I didn't know that at the time, but he was always with my homeboy. So, like I said again, now I'm walking, talking to this guy. I'm going to his house. So I walk to his house. We in the poppy land. We in Spanish Kensington. So I walk to his house, and I'm in his house. So we go upstairs. I think he fed me. I go upstairs, and I go upstairs. He had two beds. He had three rooms: the bathroom, back room, middle room, front room. Right. So I goes in the side room. He said, "Yo, come on, this is the room." So he said, "You can have that bed or that bed." So I get that bed. I lay in that bed, and then he goes back out, and then he comes back in. Then he sits down in that bed, and then now he's talking to me about something. I don't know what it was. So he's talking to me. Then he sits down. He lays down on the bed. Now he's telling me to come over there, and I'm like, I'm like, He tells me to come over to his bed. I said, come on, over to the bed. I don't know why I did, but I got up hesitantly, nervous. Things felt off. Things didn't feel right. But I went there to the side of the bed and I sat there. He said, lay down. I'm hesitant. No, for what? I didn't understand. I didn't understand. This never happened to me before. So I finally lay down. So he's talking to me and he's smiling and he got his thumb in his mouth as he's talking to me. And I don't know what he said, but then I remember him touching me on my shoulder. And I remember the energy that he had. He was smiling and he was pulling me closer to him. And he was touching me. And his penis was touching my butt. And I remember that. He started holding me tighter. And I didn't know what I was doing, what was going on. So he pulled his penis out. He pulled my pants down. Halfway. And he started touching his penis with my butt. For some reason, I got nervous and scared. But also, I didn't understand what was going on. I still think that I felt like I put my hand back there and I grabbed his penis and I put it near my butt. I felt like I did that. I don't really remember, but I felt like he did that. I did that. Then I remember him saying, hold up. He grabbed for some Vaseline. And he grabbed the Vaseline. I remember him putting it on him, on his penis. And I remember him putting the Vaseline in between my butt cheeks. And I remember him putting his penis on the tip of his penis on my butt, in my butt cheek, my butthole. And I remember him pushing it. I remember I said, stop. And I remember him said, just chill. And I remember him started slowly penetrating me, my anus. And I remember when he got deeper, I started to cry. I remember as he got deeper, I started to cry more, and I asked him to stop. And he kept going. And I asked him to stop. And he kept going. And then he stopped. He ejaculated. I got up, and I ran to the bathroom in fear and tears, and I cried. And I sat down in the toilet. I cried some more, and I locked the door. And it hurt my stomach so bad that I had to take a bowel movement, and I took a bowel movement, and I seen blood coming out and liquid, and it wasn't feces, and that was that night that had happened, and I felt like that I was I don't know what I felt like, but I felt like that I allowed. I felt like once I laid in that bed and he pulled me closer to that, I felt like that I allowed most of that to happen. And I also felt like that I felt guilty. I did. I felt real guilty about that. But a lot of more things happened where there was times after that he became so possessive that I could not come out the house every time. He started making a habit. He started not making a habit, but he just started taking advantage. I ain't gonna say the words. He just started doing what he wanted to me. He would show me his guns that he had. He had a 38 and he had a 9mm. And he had these guys, these boys that he had fostered. He called them his kids. One was tall, and the other one was an artist, music artist himself. But one of them that would live with him, he would be there. But he didn't do nothing to me at all. He hated the fact that I was there. He hated the fact that this guy was taking advantage of me, and he hated the fact that he could hear me screaming through them doors. They call it his. He said that was his son that he raised. And it was times I was just screaming through the doors. It was times when I would run and I would get free. And then when I would get free from that house, that he would see me in the streets again. And he would have that gun. And he would say, yeah, you thought you got away. And then he would bring me back to the house. All the windows would be sealed. All the doors would be locked with bolts on them. In the hood, in Kensington. I didn't know how to ask for help. It was times when at nighttime he would come in and he would put his penis in my mouth, and he would just make me, and I would say, no, I'm not doing it, and he would just do it anyway. And he would while he was giving me oral sex, it was times when he would lay me down and I would fight him, and he would just hold me and laugh at me in that house and laugh at me until I exhausted myself. And he would take me upstairs in his arm while I was 14, just turned 14, take me upstairs and lay me down on the bed, throw me on the bed, and put the Vaseline on again. And I'm fighting again, and I'm running, and he would grab me and lock his door, boom. You hear the door shut, boom. I remember. He would grab me and put me down, pin me down on that bed, and he would stick his penis in it. He would penetrate me as bad as he could, as much as he wanted. I remember that when he would put me on the floor, I would run, I would escape a few times, but every time I would go back to my block, and he would come and he would see me, because he was always going to my boy house. He would see me and he would pull that gun out, and he wouldn't even make it to the house. He would just take me back to the house, to his house, and he would do it again. I remember talking to my boy on the phone, and I just wanted to scream out, help me, help me, help me. And as I'm talking to my boy on the phone that introduced me to him, while I'm on the phone, he would push me on the table in the living room and put Vaseline on going again. And he would stick me again in my anus. And it was just hurting so bad. I remember the pain. It would just hurt so bad. It would just hurt. I hated that. I hated him. I hated it. So many times I ran and got away. And I'm like, I could do it. I could get out of here. I prayed to God. And God will always show me a way to get out. And I would get out. There was times when he would lay me on the ground, on the floor in his room. And he would eat my butt, my anus. Oh my God, I hated that. I would just lay there lifeless, with tears coming down my eyes. Man, I was only 14 at night. His tears. And one day, his son, who he called his son, busted the door. Boom! While I was upstairs. And he was like, leave him alone! Leave him alone now! And he got up off me. And I got dressed and I ran. I sat down on the steps. And I said, I don't know what you going to do, but how you do this? He said, I'm sorry that you have to go through this. He was older than me. He was 18. I was 14. I remember I got away one day for good. For good. I got away for good this time. I ran. I didn't go to the block. I got smarter. I started watching the neighborhood for him. Everywhere I go, I'm always jumping behind chairs, jumping behind trees. I'm jumping behind cars. Every time I look like him, I'm always paranoid. I'm scared. I still don't know how to talk. I still don't know how to say, yo, help me, somebody. He even took me to my aunt's house one day before I got away. And I'm sitting out there on the steps, Germantown, and my cousin there. He like, yo, That motherfucker fucking with you? I wanted to say, yes, he is. Please help me. But my thoughts was like, I don't want you to kill him. I don't want you to kill him. I remember I was in that house when he was raping me. And I remember talking to my girl on the phone. And I remember that I got the phone call. That my cousin got killed. And I'm on the phone like, I got to get out of here. And once I'm crying, and he comes in like, what's the matter? Like, my cousin, I gotta go. He said, no, you're not going nowhere. Boom. And shut the door. And my cousin is dead in Germantown. And I can't get out of this house. The windows are bolted. I didn't even think about cracking the window. But he stayed and monitored and watched me the whole night. He watched me so I didn't go nowhere. I remember that. I remember when it happened. I remember I called my girl and I said, help me, please. He's raping me. He's hurting me. Please help me. She said, what? I said, he's helping me. Please help me. And then he's on the other line. He came running into the room, shut the door, boom, and he took the phone. Woo. I'm not harming. There was no more phone for me. I remember the day that I left. He had went somewhere. The doors was locked. I don't know, but I got out that house. I prayed to God. I cried in the rooms. I prayed to ask God, please help me. I need your help. Show me a way. I prayed to God. And I found a way and I got out. When I got out, I moved back with my homeboy over there where I started smoking crack at in that room. And things was different. And I ran into this pastor, this family, parts of the family, and he was a pastor, and he used to always, I heard that he was a pastor, my little cousins, my male cousins. And I told him one day he pulled up on me and he was like, yo, what's up, man? How you so and so family? I was like, yeah, man. He said, what's going on with you, man? And I told him, I said, yo, I need help. It's this guy and he's doing these bad things to me. I need some help. He said, what kind of things? I said, he got Vaseline and he be making me give him oral sex and he be penetrating me in my anus and I don't like none of it. And every time I escape, and then he said, okay, show me where he live at. He drove me down to the house. I showed him where he lived at. He was a pastor that was helping me. He showed me where he lived at and they had fights. He came to the door and said, oh, that's where you at. And the pastor came out like, yo, you gonna leave him alone. So them two fighting while I'm in the car watching it. And he goes into his house and gets his gun. And the pastor stays out. And the pastor gets in the car. And then he comes out and say, you better not come here. And the pastor rolls off. Pastor take him to his house. And say, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I said, I don't know where my mom's at. My dad not want to let me back in the house. And he said, it's cool. I got a house. So he took me upstairs and gave me a space to sleep. And we would go back out in the house and we would eat food. I go to his church and stuff like that. And he would feed me, then he would clothe me. And one day we pulled up on this block, our old block, my block. And it was one of my friends' brother was feminine. But I didn't know what feminine was. So they knew each other. I'm like, oh, my big cousin that got killed in Germantown, that was his friend. And then he knew the pastor, and the pastor, they talking. And then I'm sitting in the back seat while my homeboy brother is sitting in the passenger seat, and the pastor is sitting in the driver's seat, and we're riding back to the house. Now I knew we was going back to the house, and we got some eat, got some food and stuff like that, and we're back in the house. Like, okay, man, it's cool, man. It's cool. So that night, he goes upstairs and says, hey, we all sleeping in here. It's a 3-story house out there in the front in Allegheny. And I'm sleeping in this bed. And then my homeboy brother, he comes in, he sleeps in the bed. He said, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm right. I don't know what I was thinking about, but I'm thinking, hey, it's just the only bed in the house. Because it was the only bed in the house. But it was a lot of rooms. It was was downstairs, the pool table. You could see through the downstairs. You could see the living room downstairs. There was another basement fully furnished, TV and stuff like that. And it was inside was all white. And so I slept in that bed. He slept in the bed, and the pastor came in, and he slept on that bed. And I'm like, hold up, this ain't right. This ain't feeling right. What's going on now? And I'm like, yo, what's up? What's up? What's going on? And my homeboy brother said, you alright? You okay? You alright? Like, nah, I don't know what's going on. The pastor put his hands around me as I'm talking to him. And he pulls me closer and he holds me. And he talking about it's gonna be okay. And he whispered in my ears it's gonna be okay. While my boy brother is looking at me. Now he's secretly under the blanket touching on my penis. I felt that. And I'm like, what? And I felt his penis getting hard. And I'm only 14, skinny, and I don't know what's going on. I'm stuck. He just took me out this house. He just addressed this other guy about hurting me. Now he's holding me tight, this one. And he put Vaseline on. And he slips it in my butthole. And it hurts again, hurts more. I remember my soul dropped. And I cried that night. I went to sleep, man, the next morning, man. He took a shower, the pastor. And my boyfriend pulled up on me while he was in the shower. And I'm laying there trying to figure out how to fucking kill these motherfuckers. I'm just thinking, how can I kill them? How can I get away? How can I get away? Then he pulled up on me. My boy brother pulled up on me. And he grabbed me too. And he said, everything's going to be okay. Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you all right with this? He said, are you all right with this? I didn't know. I don't remember saying anything. But all I know, that he put Vaseline on too. And he penetrated me in my butt. Woo! And he kept going, kept humping me. Oh, man. Oh, God. Then he stopped. Then he got off me. Cleaned himself up. And the pastor came out the shower. And the pastor looked at me when he wanted to take a shower. He said, did he do anything to you? I said, no. I said, no. I'm under the blanket. Crying, screaming for God. God, help me, please. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me. And that's when my life took a turn. Moving to West Philly. After that, I'll share with you more. Be safe. Watch your kids. Help your kids. Watch strangers around your kids. I pray that you pray for your kids. You teach them how to pray. Watch the strategy of the demon that comes into people. I'll share with you more. Please, whoever you are that's hurting children, that's manipulating children, that's making them feel like it's okay to do that. It's okay that they're safe. Please stop. It hurts us. We become men and women who become addicted or suicidal or homicidal. And doubtful of everybody that comes around us. Give it to your hearts. Put God in your hearts. Don't say that y'all have God and y'all raping little boys and little girls. Let them go.